You know, when you're in this world, right, there's so much you learn. In my entire life, being on this planet, it's almost like I was placed here to experience what humans are. It's a weird thing. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. As I go through life, I see the world. I see how humans interact, how they do things. And it's like I must be in the wrong world. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt that although you're in this world, you're really not of this world? This cannot be the place where you belong. It's almost like you're out of place, like you're in a simulation, like you're in a dimension. And you're here seeing how people conduct themselves, and it's just not right. A lot of people are followers. They just follow what the other person do. Nobody really think for themselves. Nobody really use logic. And one thing I realize with humans is that they're evil. They are inherently evil. This is why I stay away from them. Humans. They are the embodiment of evil. Because all evil that is done on the earth is done by humans. It's not done by spirit. You know, a lot of times you hear people, they talk about demons, they talk about devils, but really, who are the demons? Who are the devils? Humans. All the evil in the world is done by humans. They're the devils. They're the demons. And in my research in this simulation called Earth, this flat plane existence, you breathe air, you get some sunlight, and these subjects do the same thing every single day. They go to work, they go home, they're not happy with their life. A lot of them are miserable. They complain. And then they repeat the same thing every day. And it's amazing because they hate their existence, but yet they keep repeating the same thing every single day. They never do anything to resolve their problems. They blame everyone else but themselves. And the one thing that really stands out that I've noticed amongst humans is that when you elevate, they will hate you. It's a very interesting thing to see, to witness, actually to experience. When you elevate in this simulation called Earth, people will hate you. No matter how much you try to avoid it, they will hate you. You could be ultra private. You could be the kind of person who don't really interact with people in terms of being social. And it seems as if though the hate always comes. You're not looking for it, you're not asking for it, but it happens. When you elevate, they will hate. This is why I stay away from humans. Because it's like when you're around humans, you have more problems. For example, if you live in a city, right? Typically in a city, it is very congested, it's very crowded, and you find yourself to live in apartment complexes, tight communities where it's just a lot of people. And it seems like the more people that you live around, the more problems. It's more violence, more crime. People tend to be in your business more. Um, there's more theft. And it's just a problem. And for some of you, you try to avoid the drama, but it's like you can't escape it. It's just there. You get up, you go to work, people watching you, they're talking about you. You try to stay out of the way, but it's the same old thing. The more people you're around, the more demonic spirits are near, because the demons are the people. They're humans. The demons are not this spirit that is just out there, this mystical being. No, if you want to get really technical and get right down to the nitty gritty, demons are humans. That's it. We don't have to make this thing into a spiritual war and all this extra stuff. No, demons, devils are humans. It's that simple. You live around them, you talk to them, they're the ones that will attack you. The humans. They are the ones that embody evil. And I know for a fact that I was placed in this existence to experience these creatures, because that's exactly what they are. Because if someone is decent, if someone is a person of moral excellence, person who is grounded, they won't bring forth this level of evil. When humans display evil and their life embodies nothing but evil and drama and chaos, that's a demon. That's a person with no other purpose other than evil. You ever met a person like that? They're negative all day, every day. Every time they get up, they're negative. They have no plans, no ambitions. They don't have nothing that they're doing, nothing they're working on. Their goal in life is pure evil. They talk about everybody. They don't know how to mind their business. They're in everybody else's business but their own. They got all of these problems in their own life, but they can never deal with their own issues. Their purpose is your life. That's the human existence. I mean, even when I got out here to this community, I tried to mind my own business. I tried to stay out of the way. And it seemed like people are more interested in knowing what I'm doing. I'm not concerned with nobody else. I'm trying to just be in my own lane, do my own thing, stay out of the way. That's what people should do. Mind their business, stay out of the way. But I noticed that the more I try to stay out of the way, the more people want to get in my way. And it's annoying because You try to be as respectful as possible. You try to be courteous and kind. But it's like some people just want to be in your business. They want to know everything about you. They want to know where you work, how much money you make, how are you able to afford this? And you're trying to figure out why. Why do you want to know everything about me? I just don't want to know about you. Like, I don't even want to be around you, like, to be honest. This is why, technically speaking, we should really not be living near other people. It is not healthy. Based on my existence and experience in this life, people are not supposed to live near one another. You're not supposed to be. It's unhealthy. Going back to my point about the city environment, when you're in the cities, you're typically in apartment complexes and your neighbor is right next door. You can hear them with their television on. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy way of living. When you leave your apartment, they know when you left. People looking through their peepholes. People got Ring cameras on their doors so they can literally see when you come in, when you come out. If you bring someone home, or if you have a guest, let's say you're a woman and you decide to have some sort of relationships with a man, and you bring him home, all your neighbors know. All your neighbors know what car he drive. They can see when he come in, when he leaves. So they're calculating all your business. Yeah, he was there for several hours. This is typically what happens when you're in these environments. And you might think that your life is private, but really everybody knows your business. And it's very annoying. It's frustrating. They know what he wore. They know how many times he visited your apartment. And this is where the drama begins. And this is typically what happens when you're right next to one another. Everybody's in your business. You can't even have a conversation in your apartment because your neighbor has a glass or a stethoscope next to the wall listening to your conversations. And don't let your bedroom be near your neighbor because they will definitely be eavesdropping in anything you talk about, anything you do. You got some apartment complexes where windows are right next to one another, meaning you could look right into your neighbor's apartment. Believe it or not, you got people that peep into other people's windows and they put cameras and they watch you. And it's a very, very interesting experience. So even when you move to an environment where there's a lot of family homes, that doesn't make it even better. It's a little better, but it's not necessarily great. Because typically what happens when you're in an environment, a suburban community or whatever the case is, it's pretty much the same. It's not like different. It's more peaceful, less crime, but it's still the same. Because you'll still have the nosy neighbors, you'll still have people that will compete with you, people that are jealous of you. You can't escape this. And if you live in a suburban community, you will know this. If you're the type of person who once lived in a city environment and you moved into a suburban community, you've experienced what I'm talking about, where your neighbors, they watch you all the time. And they want to know everything about you. You're not thinking about them. You're just trying to live your life. Like when I do what I do, I just try to stay out of the way. I got neighbors that try to talk, and they talk about the same thing every time they try to have a conversation with me. And it's annoying. And it's like I don't want to be rude and just kind of brush them off. I kind of just try try to have a little conversation with them, but I really don't want to talk to them. Like, I really don't. I have no interest because I know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get in my business, and it's annoying. It's one thing to introduce yourself, have a civil conversation about something, and you keep it moving. But some people, they just want to know your personal business. And you would have to experience what I'm talking about to know it's rude the way they do it. It's like they want to know, how are you able to live there? How much money you make? Where do you work? What do you do? A lot of stuff that normal people just don't inquire, especially when you don't know someone. And it's a weird thing. Then you start seeing the competitive jealousy where you're minding your business, you go and you buy yourself, let's say you buy yourself a motorcycle. Not because you're trying to stunt or impress anybody, you're just doing your thing, right? And then your neighbor decides to go buy a motorcycle. Like, you got a motorcycle, you just bought it last week. Now your neighbor buys a motorcycle, and you're like, I just bought a motorcycle. I just bought it last week, and now my neighbor you know, when I was in the hood, I always heard people talk about keeping up with the Joneses. But in the hood, the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing, it's kind of difficult to do. But when I moved out here, keeping up with the Joneses make a lot of sense now. I see it happen in real time. Literally. I literally see people that if I buy something, they go buy something. And they'll try to make you see what they bought. It's a crazy thing. You have to experience what I'm talking about to know it. Like, you'll have neighbors that will want you to see what they bought. Like, I'm not trying to see. I don't really care. I'm just minding my business. I don't really want to know you. I don't care. But they will come outside and do things right in front of you so that you can see what they bought, so that they can feel good about themselves. I don't really care. But this is what they do. See, in the hood, it's a little different because in the hood, you know, the only people that really see you is the people in your building. And, you know, when you come outside, whatever, whatever. See, here's the thing. In New York, I'm going to tell you how it is, fam. A lot of people don't realize this, right? In city environments, dressing up, looking fly, that matters in the cities. That matters in, like, New York. Everybody want to dress fly, got the nice kicks, shoes, drip, everything fly. In New York, people are really concerned about that. In North Carolina, nobody don't care about that. I mean, if you look nice and you look good dressed up, that's a plus, but it's not really like how it is in New York. People tend to just come outside however, especially in a suburban community. Like, you don't see anybody walking around with Jordans and the latest uh, designer shoes. You don't see that, because it's like they don't care about that. But what they do care about is competing with you based on how you live, in terms of what kind of car you drive, motorcycle you drive, how your house look, how your lawn is kept, what kind of lawnmower you use. It's a different level of competitive jealousy. You can come outside and you can mow your lawn with a push lawnmower. A neighbor can see you and be like, haha, he's pushing his lawnmower. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come outside while he's doing his job, and I'm gonna use my high performance sit down lawnmower so I can compete. This is what I see. I see this all the time. It makes me laugh because in my mind, I don't really care. But I would have never thought that I would see this and realize that it's true. There is such thing about keeping up with the Joneses, competitive jealousy, neighbors competing against neighbors, just a lot of weirdo stuff. I see it firsthand. And this is why I stay away from humans. Like, I really don't want nothing to do with them, because they're evil. I realize that people just don't know how to just be themselves. They don't know how to just live their lives. It's like people live their lives only to try to impress other people. If you're on a desert, or not even a desert, if you're on an island and it's just you there and you have nothing but designer clothes, are you going to be dressing up in designer clothes every single day? You're going to be wearing shorts, flip-flops, and a tank top, and that's going to be your drip every single day. You're not going to care about ironing a shirt. You're not going to care about putting on the latest Jordans. You're not going to care about none of that stuff. So, to be honest, the reason why people care about these things is because they want to impress another person. That's why. I'm serious. If you were on an island, would you be concerned about driving a luxury car? Of course not. Where are you going to go? You ain't going nowhere. In suburban communities, it's a difference from like an inner city. The competition, the competitive jealousy, the hate, it's subliminal. It's like it's hidden. It's very, very subtle. And this is why with my people, even though I get the most hate from my people, right? I get the most hate from my own people, but that doesn't mean that people of the other nations are better. See, I'm not one of those guys that say, oh, you know, I moved out the hood, I live in this nice neighborhood, all the people are nice. I don't believe in that. I believe all humans are evil. All of them. They're inherently evil. It's just that when you grow up in a predominantly black community, you tend to just think that your people are the only ones that hate. No, the other nations actually hate you more. They just know how to cover it up. Do you understand what I'm saying? They know how to cover it up. So just because I may live in an environment where there's a lot of white people, that does not mean that they're nice. That does not mean that they're good people. That does not mean that they're friendly. See, I understand that. Now, I'm not saying that all of them are bad. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to imply or convey here is that there's evil in all ethnic groups. There's evil in all ethnic groups. Like, I can recall there was one time I was walking through the community, and I was just kind of walking by. I think I was doing a video. It's in one of my videos. You can actually check. You can actually see it play out. I seen a neighbor, walking their dog, and I was kind of walking by, and I figure, say good morning, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I said good morning, and I kind of waved my hand, said good morning. And I think this was a white guy, and he didn't say anything. He just looked and just act like he ain't see me. And at that point, I realized, okay, it's a different breed of evil over here. You see what I'm saying? And it told me everything I need to know in my experience in this existence, that even if you live in a very clean, a very quiet, peaceful community with no crime, no violence, no theft, none of that. None of that is around here. I kid you not. I can leave the front door open in the night, go to sleep, leave the garage open with the keys in there, and go to sleep. Nobody ain't doing nothing. But that doesn't mean that people are good. It's just a different type of experience. Because I was always taught that you should be courteous and kind. But a lot of times when you're courteous and kind, that doesn't mean other people will be courteous and kind to you. It's because they don't like you. And the gentleman that ignored my gesture of good morning displayed that. That's called hate. That's hate. Some may say he didn't hear you. Fam, in this community, you can hear a pin drop in the daytime. Do you understand me? You can hear a pin drop in the daytime. So I need for you to understand what hate really is. Hate is not necessarily somebody just talking about you. Somebody can hate you without saying anything to you. Yeah. I mean, there's one particular lady in the community. She walks her dogs, and she'll see me, and she always say good morning. Always say good morning. She's friendly, courteous, kind. She's an elderly lady. She walks her dogs. She's just happy, just doing her thing. And, she see me doing my thing, and she's like, hey, good morning. How you doing? And friendly and kind. Decent human being. Wish more people was like that. But then there are those that are just evil. They're evil people. And it's like, man, what's going on in their heart? I mean, if I say good morning to you and you can't say good morning back, it tells me everything. It tells me that you might be a racist, right? Not saying you are, but more than likely, you're a racist. Because I'm pretty sure if the lady with the dogs said good morning, he wouldn't feel that way, right? So more than likely, he's a racist. Now, that's another thing that a lot of people must understand, especially primarily black people, is when you move into a predominantly white community, there are racists that live there, unfortunately, but they're there. Now, in my experience is a racist is not going to display their racism in any sort of capacity. They will just avoid you. That's how they let you know. They will display their hate for you by ignoring you to let you know. In other words, that's the way they speak. They speak by making you feel like you're not important. But now it goes a step further because there's different levels to what a racist do. You have racists that will speak to you, and you also have racists that won't speak to you. The racists that won't speak to you are the worst. The racists that do speak to you is the kind that act as if though they're being friendly, but really they're trying to size you up. So they're trying to befriend you to get in, see how you move, and then they'll decide, okay, now it's time for me to just go silent and ignore this person. Do you understand? Then you have people that do their best to annoy you. They do their best to annoy you. And it's like, I just don't get it. Let me give you an example, all right? You'll have people that will be walking their dogs, right, in the community, right? You know your dog got to use the bathroom, right? Well, you know what I mean by use the bathroom, right? I'm just saying that. We know dogs don't use bathrooms. But the dog got to pretty much do what it got to do. Rather than these individuals just let their dog out of their house and go to the backyard, these individuals will walk their dog to your area and let their dog run on your lawn to do their business. Yeah. Those are the provoking demons. Those are the demons that will do these things in hopes that you come outside to cause a scene. And it's one of those things. See, I don't know if any of you know this, but it is not good to do that. It's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful to walk your dog and you let your dog go on someone else's property to do their business, to urinate on their lawn. That's actually not good for your lawn. That's not good for your lawn, right? That's actually bad. But little things like that, those are the annoying demons. Those are the neighbors that are full of envy, jealousy. So what they do is they let their dog do these things on your property. And logically speaking, when you think about this, everybody has a backyard or open lawn areas by their own house. Why don't they just let their dog do that by the house and train their dog to do that? Because wherever you let your dog urinate or defecate or whatever the case is, the dog is going to be trained to go there. So now if you're always walking your dog and your dog gotta take care of its business, the dog will sniff and find the same location and do the same thing. Now, of course, when the dog did whatever they did, said woman picked up the feces and all the mess. But see, it's disrespectful. It's not good. It's annoying. It's designed for you to really go off on people. And a lot of times when you're the type of person that stay to yourself, you stay quiet, it annoys people because they want to hear you talk. So what they do is they do these little things to irritate you. Another thing that neighbors would do in a suburban environment is they will summon their children to go on your property to play. This is another demon that you must look out for if you're in these kind of environments, because it can be very annoying. But now you must regulate all of this. Now, understand, if I would have seen said neighbor and their dog on my lawn, I would have went outside and I would have regulated that. And I would have made it very clear to them, don't ever come over here again to do that. And they would have understood by my tone. That was caught on my Ring camera. But now, one thing also the neighbors will do if you live in a suburban environment, because this don't happen in the inner cities. In the city life, living in an apartment complex, you really have no control over all of that type of stuff. The only thing you have control over is people playing in front of your door or smoking a cigarette in front of your door. In situations like that, you have to open your door and be like, bro, like, go downstairs with that, fam. I got kids over here. You over here smoking weed right by my door. You wildin'. You know what I mean? Situations like that, you got to regulate. That's the only thing you can do if you live in an apartment complex, because people can play outside. They can play in the courtyard. They can make as much noise as they want. And there's really nothing you can do about it. But now in a suburban environment, it's a little different. So what a lot of the parents will do is they'll send their children to harass you by playing on your property. You'll see the kids ride their bikes on your driveway and using your driveway as a ramp. Now, some of you might say, but the kids are just playing. They're just kids. No, I don't really care if they're kids. Stay off the property. Stay off the property. I can't go to your property and skateboard. I cannot come out my house, go get my bikes and start circling on your driveway and riding through your lawn. You're going to come outside with your gun. Do you understand? You're going to have a problem with that. So don't do that to me. So when I seen this happen, I came outside and I regulated it. And I told them, kids, don't come over here. Don't ever come over here. Stay by your house. That's where you belong. This is not your house. You don't live here. And I made that very clear to them. And I don't care if they go to their parents. Bring your father. Let him come talk to me. It's going to be a problem if he get out of line. Because I don't got time to play. Don't send your kids to annoy me when I'm a man that like to be alone. I don't like to interact. I like my peace. Don't come on the property and you don't live here. If you're not Amazon and you came to deliver and you drove up on the driveway, or UPS or FedEx, I don't want to see no damn kids playing in my yard. It's just simple. Like, it's basic laws that we're supposed to all know. If you have a house and you see kids on your lawn playing baseball, you're going to be like, hold up, nah, y'all wildin'. Like, this is crazy. And the parents don't say nothing. The parents kind of just let them do this stuff. You got to regulate it. And that's what I do. And I don't care if you hate me, and I don't care if you don't want to talk to me, because I don't really care, because I don't want to talk to you. I like being alone. And I don't trust humans because they're evil. And they do evil all the time. And this is why it's not normal, it's not healthy to actually live around people. Technically speaking, if you own a house, right? If you have a house, you're supposed to live at least 2 to 3 acres away from another family. You're supposed to be far away. You're not supposed to be next door to people. I'm giving you the real, fam. Like, I'm telling you, because nobody should be able to see when you leave, when you come in. Nobody should see when you grocery shop. Nobody should see when you bought a car, when you bought a television. Nobody should be able to see you. Nobody should be able to see your kids when they jumping in and out of the pool. But that's how it be sometimes in suburban neighborhoods. You might have a pool in the backyard, but you got 3 neighbor houses that are right next door. They can literally see your kids jumping in the pool and playing and like, come on now. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Your wife is out there getting a tan, laying down by the pool, and your neighbor is there being a pervert, watching her from the window with binoculars recording. It's not supposed to be like that. You're not supposed to be near people like that. Some of y'all might think I'm crazy. That's cool. But you're not supposed to be near people. You know? Even if you were 1 acre away, that's good enough. Even if you were 1 acre away from another family, that's sufficient. I could work with that, because 1 acre away, that's far away. That's far away. That should be decent. But when you live right across the street or right next door, and your house is at least 20 or 30 feet from your neighbor, no, you're not supposed to be like that. Hey, 5 miles apart is good too. I would like that. 5 miles apart, that sounds about right. Because that's the way it's supposed to be, guys. And when I say guys, I'm including ladies as well, so don't feel left out, right? Um, when you live in close proximity to other people, it's a high chance you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna be dealing with Karens, you're gonna be dealing with neighbors from hell, you're gonna be dealing with all sorts of issues. Um, you know, it's just a crazy thing. Like, let's say, for example, you live in an environment where it snows and you have neighbors all around you and it snows. It's a lot of snow outside. You got to use the snow blower. You got to clear the sidewalk. You got to clear. What if your neighbor get his snow blower and he blows all the snow on your side? Now you got a problem. You know, he blew all the snow. It's all in your driveway. You did all that hard work. Now y'all arguing and fighting. This is what's going to happen. Another thing you need to avoid when you live in suburban communities is who your children play with. I understand kids are kids. Kids need to interact with kids, but I'm going to tell you straight, fam. Watch who your kids hang out with. Because if you let your kids hang out with the wrong children in a suburban community, it will cause you even more problems. Because I'm going to tell you a little secret. Again, listen to me very carefully. In suburban communities, the parents normally send their children to do all the dirty work, to do all the recon. They send their children. The parents will tell their children, ask their kids this. See if you can get this bit of information from their children. See if you can get the child to tell you what the dad does for a living, or what's his government name, or what's his phone number, or any sort of information that could be used to do research on you. They'll ask their children to get the information. They will cause your kids to get hurt. How, you may ask? All right, let me explain. In suburban communities, it's not like living in a city environment. In suburban communities, a lot of times, these particular communities, kids be riding around in ATVs, riding around motorcycles, dirt bikes, you name it. They just be riding up and down the street, no helmets, no nothing. And this is what they do. Or they might go out in the woods and target practice and shoot guns. And, you'll hear the guns and stuff going off. And it seems like that's just their way of having fun. So what they'll do is, if your children interact with them, they'll make your children participate in these activities, which can also cause bodily harm. This in turn will cause a war. This will cause a major problem. I know what I'm saying is real. And this is why, as parents, you got to be very mindful of allowing your children to play with your neighbor's children. I understand kids are kids. They need to interact. They need to find friends and all that other stuff. But if you want to avoid a lot of drama living in a community, I promise you, one of the main things you need to nip in the bud right away is having your children play with the neighbor's kids. It is the worst thing you can possibly do. At first, everything will seem normal, and then it's going to be that one day where your kids are going to be bike riding with the other one. One of the kids is going to push your child. Your child's going to fall on the floor. They're going to hurt themselves. They're going to get cut. And it's going to be on and popping. Because you're going to come outside. You're going to see your son or your daughter bleeding. And you're going to be flipping. The other kid going to go get their mom, their dad. And then the guns are going to come out. And it's going to be a problem. So to avoid all the drama, to avoid all the hate, I'm not saying keep your kids in hibernation or just be ultra antisocial. You either would have to play with your own kids outside, take your children to a playground, take your children to an amusement park or some sort of fun places to kind of substitute what you would normally do in terms of children playing around with other kids. Sometimes you're gonna have to do fun activities, like take them places that they can enjoy themselves and burn a lot of that energy that they have, because you don't want to keep them indoors. You don't want to keep them isolated. That's not what I'm saying, right? I'm a father, so I know these things. You want to make sure that they have some sort of activities that they can be involved in. And that's if you are avoiding neighbors' kids. Now, that's not to say that all neighbor kids are bad. I'm not saying that all children, primarily in this community or in your community, are bad. That's not what I'm saying. There are families that have decent kids. What I want you to understand is that children normally, how can I say this? Children are a reflection of their parents. And a lot of times when you see kids in certain communities and they acting up, they disrespectful, they do things that are weird, their parents are worse. Their parents are no different. I promise you, if you see a child that is disrespectful, they're rude, they're acting up, they are tweaking, they're doing a bunch of crazy stuff, their father, their mother is the same. The father and the mother is the same. So if you're expecting to have a conversation with the parent, like, look, your child did this, your child pushed my son, your child made my daughter fall. If you're expecting to have a decent civil conversation, civil discourse between adults with the parents, it's not going to happen. Parents is going to be the same way. And this is why I avoid humans, to avoid all the drama. Because the parents will be demonic too. If the child is a demon, the parents are worse. And this is why I always teach people to roll solo, because it's to the point now where I just don't trust humans. Because it's like you see this evil everywhere you go. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter where you go. The same evil happens everywhere. Don't think for a split second that hate goes away when you move into a nice community. I'm not saying that I am experiencing like a lot of hate in this community. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm trying to make you understand is that I don't want you to feel that moving to a nice neighborhood means that everybody is nice. No. It's just like if you in the hood, you got nice people and then you got haters. You got a lot of decent people in the hood. You got a lot of decent people, good-hearted people. They work, they stay out of the way, courteous, kind, just great people. You got great people in the hood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you think of people in the hood, especially in the projects, you think everybody's just ghetto, nasty, and have dirty places. No, that's not so. You got a lot of people in the hood, in the projects, got a clean apartment, nice, very decent people. They're not disrespectful in any way. But then you got those that are dirty, grimy, ghetto. You know, the house just smell like cigarettes and weed. The kids are pissy and nasty. It's disgusting, and it kind of make everybody look like they're the same, but they're not. You know, so the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of times people think that if they leave the hood and move to a nice environment, that they're gonna escape all the hate. No, a new level, a new devil. New levels, new devils. Right? It's just a different kind of devil. It's different. Now, of course, when you leave the hood, the crime goes down. Once you leave the hood, you move into a suburban environment, crime goes down, uh, violence, but racism, that goes up. See, when you're in a predominantly black neighborhood, uh, it's different. Racism is a whole different ballgame, fam. I've seen situations where you had white people that would be fighting white people in certain communities. I've seen videos of white men that came on YouTube and they were like, they had a neighbor from hell. This neighbor uh, literally came out their house and was like, why are you washing your car on your driveway? We don't do that in this community. I kid you not, fam. Look it up. Look it up. You had a white guy. He's on YouTube, I think. I don't know if it's his channel or somebody just posted a video, but the man came on camera and he said a Karen came out her house and was like, why are you washing your car on your driveway? It's his driveway, mind you. It's his house. She said, why are you washing your car on your driveway? We don't do that in this community. We're going to report you to the HOA. That's what she told him. And he looked at her like she was crazy. It was like, if you don't get out my face, like seriously, if you don't move from here, man, this is how bold they be, y'all. I'm telling you, man. This is how bold they be. I wish somebody tell me something out here, bro. I am not the one to be playing those games with, man. I'm not the one to be playing those games with, fam. And you could bring your dad too. Bring everybody in your family. We'll have a little cookout. I'm not playing games with nobody, fam. I don't got no time. I don't listen. When I tell you I stayed out of the way, I don't bother nobody. But people always trying to bother me. They always trying to get my attention. And it's like that even on YouTube. Like I'll just be doing my thing and you'll have people that just keep on rambling on and on and on and on trying to get my attention. And I'm like, damn, you want my attention so bad. Like I'm not even thinking about you, but you keep like thinking about me all day. Or you got people that they make videos and they just keep making videos about you. And it's like they're dragging something on. Like you're not saying nothing to them, you're not doing nothing to them, but they just keep dragging it on, dragging it on, dragging it on. And you're like fam, like you don't got nothing to do, bro. Like you minding everybody else's business. You're all in everybody's Kool-Aid. Like you don't got nothing to do, bro. That's when you know those are demons. It's like with the situation with me, New Breed, and all these other cats in these YouTube streets, that involves us. So when I make videos, I'm defending myself. I'm defending the truth. I have a right to do that. But now everybody else that's making videos and sharing opinions and thoughts, I don't mind you do reaction videos. That's normal. But people are not doing that. What people are doing is they're just hating. That's all they're doing. Or they're just spreading hate. Or they're just trying to get people to hate this person. In other words, let's just get as many people to hate this individual. Those are demons. Those are spirits. And it all comes from jealousy because people are not really happy with their life. Do you know a person can have money and still be jealous? You know that? A person can have money, live in a nice neighborhood, and still be jealous of you, and you make less money. You know that? Yeah. A person can have a big old house and be jealous of you. Jealous, like they are upset. I want to ask you a question. If you're a black man or a black woman, right? And you moved out of a apartment complex or you move into a suburban neighborhood, a nice neighborhood, have you experienced similar things? Have you experienced similar things? Put a 1 in the chat if you're that person. Meaning you were once one that lived in a city environment, apartment complex, whatever the case is. You got yourself together, you moved into a house, a suburban community, and you started experiencing these type of things. And you're looking at the situation like you're trying to move into a better environment. But it seemed like when you move there, you notice it's a new level, like it's a new devil. Like you got to really understand the politics of how people move. It's really strange, man. You'll have people that will get jealous of you because your lawn look nice, because you have a nice car, because you're there. Matter of fact, I would go as far to say some of you brothers and sisters out there that got a house in a nice community or whatever, or you just live in a nice community, or you have rental property in a nice community, just because you're black and you're there, they don't like that. They don't like that, fam. Hey, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's the truth. Just being a black man or black woman living in a suburban community, a lot of times, white folk that may live in that community, they're not happy that you're there. Especially if you have a nice house. They're not happy for that. They're not happy. Here's another phenomenon that you'll see in a suburban community. If you're black, you will see neighbors moving different. Sometimes you'll see neighbors, they'll start to move out. Think about that. They will move out of their neighborhood if they see you move in. I've seen this happen. It's crazy. As soon as I got here, I seen somebody move out. They probably like, nah, man, I got to get on out of here, fam. They moved out, bro. It's crazy. You know? Let me see. Like near me, you got a black family over there, a black family over there, and the house next door is white. House next door there is a black family. So it's pretty much a mixed community. It's more white folk, but you got black folk. I would say it's a mixed community. It's pretty much mixed. But you have different types of people. You know, I believe you have some Africans. You have a lot of Africans around here, like a lot of Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? A lot of I would assume they're Nigerians. I can't really say they are, so don't quote me on that. But I know that they're not our people. They're not our people, right? But I know because of when they have certain traditions. I'm not sure if Nigerian people have certain holidays. If you're Nigerian and you're listening to the live, do you celebrate certain traditional holidays that only represents your people? Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Because what happened was, I remember last month, I believe it was, the family across the street was having like a big celebration Big celebration. A lot of family, a lot of people came out, and you had another family on the other side down the street. They were having a celebration too, a big celebration. It was a big celebration. A lot of people showed up. It was big party. A lot of cars were parked outside, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I didn't know what holiday it was, but it must be a traditional Nigerian celebration that they celebrate. I don't know what it's called, but it was last month. I don't know what it's called. I might have to do some research, but when I tell you, they had an entourage of family that came through. It was cars parked everywhere, and they had music blasting. And I was like, "Oh snap! It's a block party out here." But it was like 3 block parties, because you had 3 families doing the same thing, and they live in different places. So I was like, "It must be a celebration for something," you know. Um, Let me see. Somebody said I've been invited to a Nigerian Independence Day party down here in Houston. Not all Africans dislike black folk. Um, yeah. Racism. You would never learn. Stop killing each other. See, that's a racist right there. You can always tell when a racist enter the chat. But well, that's why I stay to myself. That's why I stay to myself, because I don't trust nobody. I don't trust anybody. I don't put one group of people over the other. Like a lot of times when I talk, you might think I'm saying living in a suburban people mean that, oh, the white people treat you way better than the black people. Fam, I don't do that. I don't trust nobody. I don't care who you are, because I understand how demons work. Demons are humans. Demons are not these things that we just can't see. Demons are humans. Humans are the demons. You understand? Humans. Doesn't matter if they're white, black. It doesn't matter. Demons come to you in human form. That's who they are. They come to you in human form. Your neighbor could be a demon. Not saying all of them. Look, I don't want you to be paranoid or thinking that everybody around you is out to get you. That's not what this is about. This is just giving you the politics of how things run. It's really real. It's really real, fam. Competitive jealousy, hate. Everybody want to buy new toys, fam. It's to the point where I want to buy the motorcycle, but I'm like, I want to wait to when I move on and advance, because the goal is not just to be here. The goal is to advance somewhere else. That's one of the reasons why I came down to North Carolina. This is just a place to be at for now. But the goal is to go somewhere else that is away from everyone else. And if I was to go get that Harley Davidson motorcycle right now, I can guarantee you 2 people going to buy a motorcycle tomorrow. If I go buy the bike right now, the bike is 16,000. I already did the research. The bike is $16.99. It's a nice motorcycle. I really like it. It's a cruiser bike. It's nice. It's me. I really like it. If I go buy that bike right now, I guarantee you there will be about 3 or 4 people with Harley Davidsons coming into their driveways. I guarantee you. You gotta experience what I'm saying to understand. You gotta experience what I'm saying to understand. It's sad. The keeping up with the Joneses stuff is real. The keeping up with the Joneses stuff is serious, bro. People will literally go and buy a new motorcycle just because they see you buy one. They will go buy one, and they'll buy a better one. I've seen this happen, man. Fam, I've seen this happen, bro. When I first got here and I pulled up, fam, I seen things change. I seen people buy new vehicles. It's crazy, bro. I don't. Why would someone go spend money to buy a new vehicle because someone else have an updated vehicle? Like, why? Like, who does that, bro? I never seen that play out like that. Because again, coming from a inner city environment, you don't really see stuff like that. You don't see stuff like that. People got cars. Pretty much in New York, a lot of people don't drive. Some people drive, but the majority of people in New York don't drive. You know what I mean? That's why I never really had a need for a car, because it's like wherever you need to go, you just either catch a Uber, take the train, or whatever the case is. The last thing I would do is take a bus. I don't ever take buses. But the train, you just hop on the train, boom, you're there in 5 minutes. Whereas if you had to take a car, you end up taking longer to get there. So you never really seen people do stuff like that in New York. Like you buy something, they buy it. The only time you've seen that is with clothing. And this typically happens in a working environment, like a job. Your coworker buys something, now you want to buy something. It's just dumb. I don't understand that. Yeah, competitive jealousy is what it is. You know, but it is what it is, fam. I'm just trying to be cool, stay out of the way, do what I got to do, and I don't understand. Why is it that people hate you when you elevate? Why do people hate you when you elevate? Why is it that when you elevate in life, people hate you and they want to bring you back down? Like, why? I don't get it, man. Because I'm always happy for anybody that elevate. I remember when I was in the hood, uh, one of the neighbors that I knew, we weren't friends or nothing like that. But when you're in the projects, when you're in the hood, you're familiar with people. You know what I'm saying? You kind of see people every other day. You say, "What's good, bro? Hey, yo, what up, bro? You good? How the family? Everybody, all right, cool," and keep it moving. You know what I mean? I remember Cat was moving. Dude was moving out, and I saw him moving. They were moving the furniture and whatnot, and he's like, "Yo, bro, I'm out, fam. You know what I'm saying? We got a crib out in Florida, man. You know what I'm saying?" And this is like the first time me and the brother actually had a conversation. Because one thing you have to understand in the hood, a lot of times you don't really talk to people like that, but you have like a respect. You have like a respect for your neighbors where even though you got a lot of crime, you got a lot of issues, the youngins be wilding, a lot of times with the adults, we have a little more respect. Like we'll see people, we'll be like, "Yo, what up, bro?" We'll dap up, boom, boom, boom. "Yo, you good? Yo, the family good?" "Okay, boom." And I go my way. Keep it moving. So we really never really talked. It was just a respect thing. He's a father. I'm a father. It's just a respect thing. So when he was moving out, he was like, "Yeah, I got a crib, moving to Florida." You know what I mean? And he was like, "Yo, man, it's like a lot of people, man. Yo, they not happy for me, fam." And I was like, "Yo, just keep doing your thing, man. Congratulations, man. You moving out. Hey, that's a good look, bro. Hey, congratulations. Much success to you. Hope you have a great time out in Florida." He was like, "Yo, his family is not happy for him." He even talked about how a couple of neighbors is not happy for him. Like they were throwing shade and doing a bunch of stupid stuff. And I'm like, damn. And that was my first time really having a conversation with the brother. And I was actually happy for him. I was genuinely happy for him, fam. Because he was really excited. And he was like, "It's been a long time coming, fam." He was like, "Yo, I grew up in the projects my whole life, been here my whole life, and I'm finally able to live a little bit." And he was expressing how he was telling a couple of family and friends that he's on his move, and they were not happy for him, man. They were not happy. They were throwing a bunch of shots at him. "Oh, you think you better than us, and think because you bought a little house." They always say that. "You bought a little house, you think you better than everybody." And I'm like, damn, man. You can't even get no love when you elevate, fam. It's like nobody want to congratulate you. Nobody want to uh, just be happy for you, man. It's like, damn, man, like you work so hard to put your family in a better situation, and it's like it's crazy, you know. Because the dude was a working man. He wasn't one of these dudes in the projects that sit around the building just kind of smoking weed and playing games. It's a working man, a man that provide for his house. And, you know, I always knew one of these days, bruh man gonna do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he probably felt the same way about me because he seen the way I move. You know what I mean? Um, he always seen the way I move. The youngins, you know, they be wilding out. You know what I mean? I salute all the youngins in the hood too. I always salute them at the same time. It's just that they on a different frequency. You know, with them, it's like a lot of times you can't get through to the youth. They be wilding. You can't get through to them, man. It's like their minds are already made up, and if they don't ever change their ways, they're gonna end up in prison. Sad to say, or shot or dead. It's just that's just the way in the hood. It's like the young men are gonna end up in prison or dead. That's just the way it's gonna be. The young ladies, they're gonna end up pregnant, single mothers, and that's just the way it's gonna be. You know, in the hood. And if you don't get out, chances are your sons and your daughters are going to experience these things. This is a fact. I don't. Hey, you could get mad, but if you don't get out, uh, you better be the type of parent that train your children up, teach them the right way, because if not, they're gonna fall in one of those categories because it's designed for us to self-destruct. It's designed for us to hate on one another, and I think that in the black community, um, we we normally hate one another. I don't know why we do this to one another, but we don't want to see each other excel in life. We really don't. We're not happy for it because it's almost like, okay, you're leaving, I'm staying. I'm still in this predicament. I'm still dealing with this stress. But fam, why you ain't happy for me though? If I'm leaving, why you not happy for me? I put in the work. I put in the work. I did what I had to do. Um, I made the sacrifices to better my family. Why you're not happy for me? And why is it that people that look like me are more inclined to want to take away what I have or destroy what I have? Why? It's because they're not happy with their life. They're not happy with their current situation. So hate is the only way to feel good. It's like, I cannot stand seeing you doing good. In other words, they don't mind if a white man is doing good. They don't mind. It's you. I don't like you. I don't like the fact that you got this. I don't like it. I don't want you to have nothing. I want you to die. And this is why I don't trust humans. This is why I stay away. This is why I roll solo, because it's the only way to have peace. Because it's like the more people you have around, the more envious and jealous they are. Imagine having a nice house, right? That is furnished. It looks very clean, very nice, very peaceful. And you invited somebody over your house thinking they're cool. And then when they come in your house, they're looking around and they're like, you think he better than me? So this is how he living? And now they're jealous. This is why you shouldn't let people in your house, because they're going to get jealous, fam. They're going to get jealous. If a person is not accustomed to living a certain way and you bring them to your house, you invite them, they're going to get jealous of you, fam. If they're not living up to par the way you are, chances are they're going to be very envious, man. They're going to walk away with a red eye. They're going to hate you. They're going to hate you, man. I've always been exposed to nice things when I was a teenager. I recall when I was in junior high, when I was in high school, a lot of the white friends that I had, uh, and typically the only friends that I would try to make friends with that was white was white boys that played guitar. If you were a musician, I was cool with you. Only if you were a musician or if you knew how to play basketball. Typically, that's how it was in the hood. If you're a black man, you a teenager, whatever, you went to junior high, high school. The only white friends you had is if y'all played basketball. Basketball, perhaps you were in the video games, but for me, it was music and basketball. If you was a white boy and you were good at playing basketball, then we were cool. You know what I mean? If you were a musician, primarily if you played the guitar, because a lot of white boys play guitars, rock guitars, bass guitars, and they play very well. So being that I'm a piano player, I'm a musician on the keyboards, I always interacted with them because of music. So I can recall many times they would invite me to the house and whatnot. They would invite all my friends, and we would all go to their houses. And they live in very, very nice houses, very, very nice houses in Bensonhurst in New York. Very, very nice houses, many mansions. You know, very, very nice houses. A lot of rooms, high ceilings. And I remember when I first got into these environments, man, it was a shocker to me because I didn't know that people live this way. I didn't know. Because when you grow up in the hood, all you know is the hood. All you know is that. And I went into these environments and I'm looking around, and the white boy looking at me like, is everything okay? And I'm looking around in amazement. Like, I never seen nothing like this. And he's like, you don't have a house like this? And I was like, no. He's like, you don't live in a house? I was like, no, I live in an apartment. He was like, an apartment? What is that? He didn't even know what that was. He didn't even know what it was, bro. He was like, an apartment. I had to explain. And I mean, it was amazing. Like, the environments was very nice. And I always told myself, I want to live like this, man. This is life. This is real life, man. And I always wondered, why is it that all the white people live in the best neighborhoods and live in the best houses, and all the black people live in the slums and the ghetto? That always bothered me when I was a teenager. I was always the type that would question things like, why we live over there and they live over there? Like, what is going on here? And I remember this one day, I said, yo, we're going to go to the crib, we're going to play video games. And three of the white boys, they pretty much tagged along. So they were all coming by me, right? At that time, I wasn't living in the projects. I was living in a regular apartment complex in Brooklyn. Location was on Church Avenue. Church Avenue, Argyle Road, between Church and Caton. Shout out to everybody over there. Salute. You know what I mean? A lot of memories from over there. A lot of people I knew. A lot of people that died that I knew. It's a crazy time. But anyway, we pulled up to the apartment. We walked inside. And as soon as we walked inside, the white boys, they were looking around. They were like in amazement at how small the environment was. And they were like, why your ceiling is so low? That's what he said. He said, why the ceilings is so low? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I feel like I can't breathe. He's like, why the bathroom so small? Why your room is so small? And it's like the dude couldn't breathe, y'all. Like, he literally couldn't breathe. I don't know if he's claustrophobic. I don't know what it is. And it's not that the apartment was tiny, fam. It wasn't tiny like that. It wasn't. You know what I mean? The rooms were pretty much average size bedrooms, average size living room, all of that stuff. Average size kitchen. But the dude literally was having like some sort of attack. Like, he couldn't breathe. We had to go back outside. You know? And then once he calmed down, we were able to come back inside. He adjusted to the environment. And then we was just playing video games. And it showed me something. It showed me that he was never in an actual apartment. He never been in an apartment. And for him, it was like walking into a closet. Fam, the closets inside this house here is like a mini bedroom, bro. Like, literally. It's like a bedroom inside. You could literally put a mattress inside of the closet and set up a TV and everything and make it another bedroom. So I could just imagine what he was thinking and feeling. Because like I said, the house he lived in it was a large house, swimming pool, pool room. They had arcades downstairs. The kitchen was ultra large. The bathroom was nice, jacuzzi, this, that, man, the works. It was very, very nice, man. I ain't gonna hold you, it was nice. And it it taught me something. So a lot of times if you have friends that aren't accustomed to that or never been near that, and you invite them to your house, they're gonna be jealous of you, man. They're gonna be jealous of you. And it's not even like you want people to be jealous of you. You're just trying to live your life, man. You're just trying to live your life. And sometimes and I'm pretty sure some of you did this. You invited people to your new house because you wanted to give them a better experience in life. You wanted to give them an experience. That's why you invite them. You ain't invite them because you were trying to stunt. You ain't invite them because you're trying to show out. You invited them because you wanted them to see and experience a better environment in hopes that they could be encouraged to put in the work, do what they need to do to get on their feet. That's why you did what you did. They didn't take it like that. They took it as if though you're trying to throw something in my face and you're trying to make me jealous. That's not the case, fam. Sometimes you got to bring people out of an environment into a better environment so they can experience something different, man. Sometimes you got to experience something different in order to elevate. But it seemed like when you try to do that, you get hated on, bro. You know? You get hated on, man. And it's sad, man, because you just want to see people do better. You want them to be encouraged, but they don't want to do that. They would rather hate you because of where you are. They hate you because you made the moves. You put in the work. That's crazy, man. I know a lot of brothers, man, that is doing real good, bro. And they were doing way better than me, bro. And I never hated on them cats, bro. I remember contacting brothers, man. And I'd be like, yo, fam, I was on your Instagram, man. I was on your Instagram and I saw you by your house, fam. And you were chilling, you and the wife and kids, bro. I just wanted to contact you, let you know, fam. Like, that was really inspiring to me, man. Like, hey, all the best, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keep the good videos coming up. That's what I wrote. That's what I sent the brother, fam. I'm literally on his Instagram watching him and his family live, bro. They got a nice house in Florida, fam. Big house. Living real good, bro. Got a nice pool. Big pool. And I seen him and his family doing their thing and they having fun. And I'm looking at it and I'm happy, bro. Cause I'm like, yo, man, one of these days, man, I'm gonna have something like that, fam. And I hit the brother up and I was like, yo, bro, I'm just sending you this message. I sent a voice memo and I was like, yo, I seen the video with you and your fam chilling. And I just want to say, man, yo, it's very encouraging seeing your success. And I really appreciate the fact that you guys are doing your thing. And he wrote me back a message, not wrote, but he sent back an audio message. And he was like, hey, man, I really appreciate that, fam. You wouldn't believe how much people hate me, man, because of the success. And I was like, that's crazy, man. How could you hate on another man that's doing good, bro? Like, how could you do that? I don't understand that, man. And he said he was happy that I even sent a message. He said nobody never sent him a message like that before. Nobody. Nobody sent him a message to congratulate him, bro. Nobody. All I was doing, man, I was just following his page, looking at the success, encouraging myself. Like, damn, if he's doing it, I could do it too. If he's doing it, I could do it. Why hate? Why hate on another person for? You know? Somebody said, let me see. And my apologies for not reading all the chats. It's just that, I'm just kind of flowing. You know what I mean? It's for y'all to really interact with one another. But my apologies if you're trying to get my attention with the chat. It's just that I'm really just speaking from the heart, Somebody said apartment living is so uncomfortable. Most of them because when it's time for you to relax, the neighbors start making so much noise. LOL. House living is the best. Um, my experience with that, I would agree. I agree and disagree. Right? Let me explain. Right? I agree with you and I disagree. I don't disagree in a negative way. Being that I came from the environment, you're right about noise. You're definitely right about noise. Um, I had a neighbor that was downstairs from me that would put on their music, bro, and start blasting it for no reason, bro. But then again, how can you complain if you live in that environment? See, this is the thing. When you live in an apartment complex, you really can't complain about noise and, oh, I can't. Fam, you live in an environment that you can't control. You get what I'm saying? If you know you got a neighbor upstairs making noise, a neighbor downstairs making noise, a neighbor on the left making noise, on the right making noise, you can't really complain because this is where you chose to live. It's just something you're going to have to deal with. And it's something that I had to deal with. I couldn't go downstairs and be like, yo, you making noise. I couldn't do that because I had to respect their space. You understand? So I agree. Yes, when you're trying to get comfortable and relaxed, a lot of times your neighbors might start making noise and doing stuff. But then again, you have to also be considerate. What about the times when you make noise? What about the times when you're playing your music? You have to always consider how your neighbor may feel with you making noise. You see what I'm saying? And that's something that I always considered, especially uh, me doing the YouTube and doing all that other stuff, because a lot of people, they didn't understand that. Like, again, when you look at the videos, especially the videos with the studio, right? The like my intro video with the studio, that studio was in the projects, y'all. Yeah. Now, I don't need to publicize that during the process, but that entire studio was in the projects. A lot of people probably shocked, like, nah, you lying, bro. Stop lying, man. Nah, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was, bro. There's no need for me to lie. It was. Dope studio in the hood. This is what I mean. A lot of times, it's not where you live, it's how you live. This is why if you're a person, a man or a woman, and you still in the hood, you in the projects, don't feel as if though because you still there that you can't live or you can't enjoy your life. Yes, you can. It's how you live. It's not where you live, it's how you live. As long as you keep your place clean, it's peaceful, that's all that should matter to you until you're able to get to the next level. You know what I mean? But don't become a hater of others that are doing well. Don't do that because it's going to prevent you from rising. It's going to prevent you from growing. You know? Somebody said, what I hated about apartments, people sitting on the steps while you trying to get by with groceries. Yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to happen, fam. That's going to happen. You know? The only thing that I didn't like about the hood is when you have neighbors that smoke their weed, smoke their cigarettes, and it come into your window. I hated that. I hated it. Or it'll come under your door because they're in the hallway smoking cigarettes and weed. And it would literally come under your door. And if you're not careful, your place would start smelling like you smoke weed. So it's to the point where you had to have the air conditioners on at all times. That was the only way to cope with those issues. What I did to deal with those problems is the apartment door, I built a flap under the door so that when you close it in, it creates a seal. You understand? And then what I did is I placed these rubber things around the perimeter of the door so that when you close your door, there's a seal. So no air was able to come in. So if somebody was smoking in the hallway, it don't come into the apartment. But you would have to have an AC, because if you open your window and you live in the hood, chances is one of your neighbors is smoking and it's going to come into your apartment. It's going to come into your apartment and it's going to be a bad situation for you. All right? Let me see. So it's just something you got to understand, people, man. This is why I stay away from humans, bro. This is why I stay away from humans, because they're inherently evil. And I'm talking to the people that are evil. The people that are good, you already know you're not evil, right? So obviously I'm not talking to everyone. If you're an intelligent human being, a person with sense, you would know that, right? But evil people, man, I avoid them because they have nothing better to do. It's like me live talking about these issues, right? You'll have trolls that'll keep coming in posting stupid stuff. Those are the demons that I'm talking about. Or you'll have YouTubers. They'll just keep making videos, Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV. And they just keep talking about me, all day long. Their whole channel. If you go look at their channel, go through the archives of their channel. Just look at their channel. Go to their channel, look at their videos. All you see is me. Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV, Ringo TV. That's all they do. Those are spirits. My life has become their life. They're not even focusing on their problems. They're not even focusing on the issues that they do. Now, my business is my business. Like, for example, the situation with New Breed and myself, that's my business. So I can talk about that all day because that's my business. But when you get in my business because you figure, well, something you want to do, you're the one that's obsessed, not me, because it's my business. That's like if a man is having issues with his wife and they're talking about it, that's their business. But now when you start to talk about it and you make videos and you got 1,000 videos talking about that man and his wife, you got a problem. You're the one that is obsessed because it's none of your business. But you made it your business because you're gaining clout off of someone else's business. And that's what a lot of people are doing on social media. And in the process of that, they hate you. See, if I was some bum living in a shelter somewhere, nobody wouldn't care. Nobody wouldn't care. Serious. Nobody would not care. That's just the way it is. At Derek, I think you're not using your brain. You said when it's on social media, it's technically not your business anymore. We understand that. You're not paying attention. I don't think you graduated high school. We're talking about the context of the situation between me and New Breed. That's my business, which means if I make videos about New Breed, who are you or anyone else to tell me that I need to stop or I'm obsessed when that's my business? That's what I'm dealing with. That's the topic, right? So now if someone else is making videos and they're telling me I'm a bad person and I need to stop making videos about New Breed and this and that, and they just all up in the business, that person is obsessed. That person is involved in something that don't pertain them. Do you understand? We're not talking about a public story and now, okay, everybody have a right to talk about it. They could talk about whatever they want. But the issue that I'm trying to focus here is context. It's none of their business. So how could they speak on a matter that is not their business? How could you speak for me and you're not? How could anybody speak for me? Nobody even seen my documentary yet. Nobody's seen my documentary. So how could anybody give you any sort of truth and speak for me in terms of how I am as a person without even seeing my documentary. Now, notice the person. D said, "You're obsessed with New Breed." Notice this. I don't understand these crazy people. They're watching me. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about something, right? I want you to think about something. These people are watching me, but telling me that I'm obsessed with another person. But they're here watching me every day. They're so invested in my everyday activity. It's crazy. No, the one who is obsessed is the one who keep thinking about the situation. If I'm talking about the situation with New Breed, and I have audiences that are coming in from all different parts of the world, and they're all listening, you know what? It's because they want to know. It's because they want to hear what's going on. Right? So the one who is obsessed is the one who's listening. I'm just sharing the story of what took place. I got people making videos and they keep making it seem like if I'm attacking New Breed. And all I'm doing is defending myself from all of the lies that are being shared. But they're going around saying that Ringo keep attacking New Breed and he's just attacking. I'm like, damn, how much you being paid? How much are you being paid to defend a man? Shouldn't he be able to defend himself? This is what I mean when people get involved in something that don't pertain to them. You have a right to share your thoughts, but you don't have a right to actually start antagonizing an audience and gathering an audience to hate another person just because you rock with someone else. Anybody that's doing that is an instigator. They're not helping the situation. And this is why I said New Breed has a lot of work to do, because he caused all of this damage. There is nothing New Breed can do in a circumstance like this when he have multiple people making videos, slandering my name. They're constantly talking about me in a negative way. And he sits there and he just ignores it. There is no reconciliation under those circumstances. This is why I said he's the one who caused all of the damage. He's the one who caused everybody to talk and spread lies and spread evil to the point where you just got a lot of people making videos showing hate towards me. You know? Let me pack this person up. Bye-bye. Right? And this is why I said a lot of the people that are watching from the clouds, they love the drama. You think they want the drama to end? Of course not. They love it because that's how they're helping their channels to grow. Because if you notice, they're not talking about nothing else but this. But they'll tell me all you talk about is New Breed. But when you go to their channels, all you gotta do is just look at their channels. You'll just see my name. Come on now. They don't want no drama to stop. They love it. And this is what I mean by demons. They love it. It's called clout chasing. I'm speaking the truth so that the people can understand the truth, especially after that man disrespected my girls. That man disrespected my kids. He disrespected 4 black girls. New Breed did that. Disrespecting my daughters. Basically saying my daughters are a curse. That's basically what the man did in a crash out video that he deleted. You don't disrespect people's kids, man. This is what he did, fam. Somebody said, "What's on your glasses?" It's called the name of the glasses, fam. You see? Ray Bans. Ray Bans. You know the name? You ever heard of it? Look it up. What's on your glasses? Anybody that wear glasses and know Ray Bans can recognize that. I have about 20 pairs of Ray Ban glasses. 20. Well, not pairs, because it's not more than one, but you understand what I mean. I don't know why people are jealous of anything that I do, fam, because I'm just being me. I'm just being me, fam. It's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy. I don't even know what I don't even know what how do you respond from that, fam. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Um, I think I might mow the lawn. I might mow the lawn, or I might do that tomorrow. I got to do more work in the studio upstairs. I got to do more work up there. Um, it's just crazy, man. The level of hate that I get and the jealousy from people, man. This is why I avoid humans, man. I avoid humans, bro. Like, it's sick. You know, you're just trying to live your life, and all people do is hate. And I realize a lot of people are living miserable lives, man. There's a lot of people that are living miserable lives, man. Miserable lives. And they just hate, 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 hate. They hate to see you doing good. They just hate everything about you, man. Like, it's sick. It is so sick. The level of hate. Man. It's an evil world we live in. It's an evil world, man. This is why a lot of times people, when they elevate in life, they don't want nobody to know. They just stay quiet. They don't, you know, they don't want nobody to see nothing. They don't want nobody to know nothing. You got people that buy houses, they don't even tell their family. No cap. Some of you did that. Some of you moved and you didn't tell your family nothing. You just bounced and left and nobody don't know where you live. And you don't want them to know because you know if they know, they going to start to hate, bro. They going to hate you. Man, they going to hate you. They're going to hate you, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all done did that already. Y'all moved, got yourself a nice spot, whether you bought a house, got a nice apartment, condo, whatever the case, whatever you got. You ain't tell your folks because you know if you do, they're going to hate you, man. Your cousin's going to start acting funny. You know, it's sad, man. All I can say, fam, don't invite nobody over your house, fam. I know a lot of times we do that. We want to show hospitality, especially if you're in a southern state or whatever the case is. You try to show hospitality, but I'm going to tell you, man, inviting people in your house, man, is like the worst thing you can do. You got to really know somebody before you invite them in your house, man, because a lot of times you invite people and they don't even like you, and you invited them into your home. Typically, when you invite people in your home, it's because you trust them. You know, they're around your children, they're around your possessions. You don't expect them to steal from you. But believe it or not, fam, you got people you invite in your home and they steal from you. They steal from you, fam. They take from your house. You know? So, hey, we're going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, everybody in the building. Make sure you thumb the video up by double tapping the screen, you know what I mean, to get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. It is what it is. Um, Now, I'm not saying you can't invite nobody to your house. What I'm saying is you got to really know who you let in your house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make you to this point where it's like you're just like, you don't got no company or nothing like that. No, I like showing hospitality. I love that. I love being entertaining guests and, making sure they had a great time and, um, have some drinks, got the music playing, put something on the grill, got some food, everything smelling good. They can chill. That way, when they leave, it's like they had a great time. You know what I mean? Because you never know what people going through, and sometimes your hospitality can really help a person to clear their mind, and it's a blessing. Sometimes some of you folks that got a nice spot, a nice place, your house is literally a retreat. Some of you folks out there that got a nice place, man, your house can take away somebody's stress. It really could. Because you're living really nice. Everything is so beautiful and clean. And it could be a wonderful experience for certain people, but you can't let everybody over there. You can't do that. Don't do it. You got to protect your peace. You know, you got to protect your peace, and you got to respect yourself enough not to have certain people around you because they're only trying to bring you down. You know, there's a lot of people that want to bring me down because they don't like where I'm at. They don't like what I'm doing. They don't like nothing, man. It's really, I could feel their energy. It's an evil spirit, a very evil vibe, and it mostly come from my own people. My own people don't want to see me be successful at all. It's sad. It's really sick. It's only a few good-hearted people, man, that really rock with me. That been there from day one. They always been supportive. Always had encouraging words. Always saluted. Those are the people that I will always remember because they always been there. But a lot of the folks, man, they don't know, man. They really don't know. They don't know. They don't understand the struggle. They don't. It's like if you were raised in a suburban community, you may not understand somebody that moved from a city environment to a suburban community. We have two different mindsets, two different outlooks of life. We think differently. So you got to be very careful how you communicate and how you interact with one another. Because on one side, one person is looking at you one way while the other person is looking at you another way based on how they were brought up. And it could be a real conflict, you know? Yeah, the cost of living is lower. Definitely lower compared to New York. Definitely. It's way better than living in New York. But you got a lot of people that's moving out to the southern states, and what's happening is they're going to be raising prices on various things. They're going to be raising prices on rent, on houses. They're going to be doing that because if they know a lot of people from New York and other places, northern states is coming up, they are going to raise prices. And before you know it, things are going to be more expensive. You know, that's just the way it is. I don't know what kind of question is, do you get along with your Hispanic people? I don't understand these type of crazy questions. Like, the way you pose that questions is like, I don't get along with people. I don't know, what are you talking about? I roll solo, right? You said I want to leave South Florida because wait, you said I want to leave South Florida because it out. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think you finished the sentence. Do they get along alone with you? You're gonna have to rephrase. What are you even asking me? Like, seriously, I don't know. What are you asking me? I don't like foolish questions. It's like you sound. I don't know what you're doing. Like you're reaching for something and you're not making any sense. You got to learn how to put a sentence together, seriously, and make your point clear for people to understand. Because anybody that's listening, they're not understanding what you're saying. Florida is expensive. Yeah, Florida is way more expensive than North Carolina. I checked Florida, believe it or not. When I was looking around for different spots, I checked Florida. The price, it's expensive over there too. I mean, New York is more expensive than anywhere. Arizona's too hot, fam. Arizona's hot every damn day. 100 degrees, 110. Fam, you go down there light skin, you gonna be dark skin. Arizona, it's a scorcher, man. I couldn't live in Arizona because I would have to throw away a lot of my clothes because I wouldn't be able to use it. Yeah, California is expensive too. If anybody come from California and New York and you go anywhere else, it'll be a little better for you. I just had to get out of New York because, like I said, it's overcrowded. It's a lot of violence, and it's not just in the hood. The violence is everywhere. See, a lot of people keep thinking that everything is the hood, the hood, the hood, like the hood is a damn war zone. No. Anything that's going on in New York is just a place where there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of crime in New York. And it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter where you live in New York. Crime is everywhere. And it's crazy. You know? Especially in the transit system, in the subway system, there's a lot of slashings, a lot of people getting pushed in the subway tracks, a lot of people tweaking. You got the migrant crisis. You got all sorts of crazy stuff going on. It's just really bad. It's just not the environment to raise a family. You know? You said South Carolina is racist. There's racists everywhere. In North Carolina, you got racists. I don't care about racists. Listen, I'm going to tell you this straight, fam. I would rather live around racists than live around my own people who hate me. Did you get the memo? I would rather live around racists than live around my own people that hate me. When you're hated by your own people, it's the worst thing you will ever experience. A racist is not going to be showing you hate. They just don't want to deal with you. Racists that just don't like black people, they just don't like black people. They're going to just avoid you. But when you got people that look like you, that supposed to be your brothers and sisters, when they hate you, man, yo, it's the worst thing ever because they do everything in their power to destroy you. They do everything in their power to end your life, if anything. That's a different level of hate. You know? They would hate you for no reason. I got people who hate me because I live in this house. You know what's so interesting, fam? You know what's so crazy? A lot of white folks, right, that watch my content, they hit me up on Instagram congratulating me. Or you'll see them in my comment sections. You'll have white people that'll pop up in my comment sections and they'll be like, hey, Ringo, congratulations. And I'm like, wow, the white people congratulate me. The black people who's supposed to rock with me, they hate me. I don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. It is crazy. The people that's supposed to congratulate me don't. The people that you think would be the racists, they congratulate me. That's why I said, not all white people is racist. Not all. Don't think for a minute that all white people is racist. Not all of them is racist. Some of them just trying to live their life, stay out of the way. They don't want no trouble with nobody. But then again, you do got racist folks out here that just don't like black people. It is what it is. You know? Not everybody in North Carolina is racist. You got a lot of white families in North Carolina that are cool. They're just about raising their kids. They just don't want to be around violence. They don't want to be around killings and shootings. And, you know, that's how they are. You know, I've experienced a lot of white folks in North Carolina that are very friendly, very hospitable, courteous. And it's a shocker to me because I never experienced that in New York, especially in a lot of department stores in North Carolina. A lot of the folks are hospitable. They're very kind. They're very friendly. They ask you questions. They ask you how you doing. And I'm like, wow, in New York, they don't do this in New York. In New York, a lot of times, they're never friendly. Always got an attitude. Always looking at you like, why are you asking me questions? It's weird. You know, you can go to a supermarket in North Carolina, bring your groceries, put it on the counter, and the person will be like, how you doing? How you doing? I'd be like, oh, I'm doing great. And yourself? Oh, I'm doing pretty fine. I noticed that you have like an accent. You from out here? And I'm like, no, I just moved out here from New York. Oh, you from New York? Okay. Well, have a great day, and I hope to see you again. And I'm like, okay, all right. You know, and that's it. You know, the other day, the UPS worker, he delivered a package, and he was like, wow. He was like, I actually have those same kind of kicks that you have on right now. He said, I have those right there. And me and him have a little conversation about sneakers. It's funny. The dunks that I have, he have the same pair. And we literally had like a little 3-minute conversation about Nike dunks. And he was like, he had the same pair. He was like, yeah, he's a sneaker enthusiast and whatnot. And, you know, it was just an interesting conversation. Not saying that the UPS workers in New York are bad, because they're cool too. I actually know a few of them that deliver. But I'm mainly talking about customer service and like retail stores and stuff like that in New York is always horrible. You know, a lot of bad attitudes, stank attitudes, man, disgusting, make you never want to come to the store again, you know. But out here, it's a little different. You know, you can go to a McDonald's, fast food joint. They're a little more courteous, a little more patient with you. Not saying that they probably don't have attitudes here and there. Nobody's perfect. But out here, the people are a little more calm, a little more cool, collected, not aggressive like in New York. But then again, in New York, it's like when you're a New Yorker, you got to be aggressive. Like you got to be. It's like the environment makes you aggressive. So I'm not saying that to downplay anyone in New York. In New York, you got to be aggressive. You got to be a person that's on point. You got to be a person that keep your eyes open, because a lot of grimy stuff that go on in New York. So it's like, if you ain't on point, you're going to be food for somebody else. You know, if you ain't on point, you're going to get scammed. You're going to get robbed. It's like in the hood, a lot of the dudes that do stick ups and rob, they know who to rob. They could tell who's soft. They could tell who's food and whatnot, just how you move. That's why you got to move a certain way. When you move a certain way, a lot of times cats recognize who you are right off the jump. They already know that dude right there, stay away from him. You can't even try him because he's going to do something. And the last thing a real crook, a real stick up dude want to do is get into a gunfight. That's the last thing he want to do. He just want to be in and out. You know what I mean? He don't want no fight. He just want to, hey, yo, give me that bread, run them pockets. It is what it is. They don't want somebody that's going to fight back. You know what I mean? So if you're the type of dude that they look at and you look official, they're not going to try you. This is why I don't understand how people be afraid to come to the hood. They afraid to come to the projects, and they be nervous and scared and holding their purse and worried about getting robbed. One thing you're supposed to understand about the streets and the hood is you never walk around with fear. You don't walk around with fear. You don't ever go to any hood, any projects, and you got fear on you, because the wolves are gonna smell it. They're gonna sense the fear in you. It's a fragrance. So if you walking through and you in the projects and you come there to see a shorty and you come walking in and you walking around nervous, everybody pick up on that energy. You know what I mean? And one thing with the hood in the projects or in the streets in any sort of urban community, you must understand is you gotta learn how to respect everybody. Those are just the rules of the streets. If you go, let's say you met a shorty online or wherever at your job and she live in the projects, right? And you pull up and you go into the projects and you pull up in the building, you walking in. If they got a group of dudes in front of the building, you got to salute everybody when you walk in. If you just walk past everybody like you don't do that, bro. Don't do that, fam. If you do that, you're going to end up being food, bro. I'm just letting you know, out of respect, like if you in these streets and you in the hood, always salute people when you in their hood. I ain't saying you got to bow down and worship anybody, but when you walking through, yo, what up, fellas? Everything good? Okay, cool. That's all you got to do, bro. That right there will save you, fam. I'm just letting you know straight up and down. Always remember to do that. Always do that. Don't be this person that's like, well, I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I'm just coming through. Because when you do that, people are busy saying, yo, who that? Yo, you know him? Nah, I don't know, dude. I don't know who he is, man. He disrespecting. They see that as disrespect. That's just the way it goes, bro. That's the way it goes. That's pretty much a law probably in every hood. That's a law in every hood. I'm pretty sure that's how it is in Cali. That's how it is in every hood, bro. You come through, you gotta respect the neighborhood, bro. You gotta respect, bro. That's just the way it goes, man. Don't walk past people and don't salute. You can't do that, bro. You're inviting something, bro. You know what I mean? Look at it like this. When you go to your job, right? When you go to your job and you walk in, what do you normally do when you walk past coworkers and it's early in the morning? You say good morning. Good morning. We don't have to be friends. But you normally, when you walk past people, it's early in the morning, you just clocked in, what do you normally do? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Everything good? You do that when you're in the workplace, right? Okay. Same thing in the hood. You come by the projects, you walk in, you got like 5 cats right there in front of the building. Even if they not looking at you, they looking at you. Listen to what I just said. Even if they not looking at you, they looking at you. So when you come through, yo, what up, fellas? Everything good? Salute. That's it. They watching you. Trust and believe they watching you because their job is to watch you. You in their hood. You could be the op. Trust me, they watching you. And they sizing you up to see who you is, to see who you know. Yo, you know this cat? Oh, that's my cousin, bro. He good. Oh, that's your cousin? All right. Miss Daisy, you know that? You know him? Oh, that's so-and-so nephew. Oh. It's the way it goes, man. But people, they don't understand that. And that's why they always get in trouble. That's why a lot of people be scared to come to the hood because they nervous. And I'm telling you, if you walk around with fear, you're going to be food, bro. You're going to be food. They're going to sniff it out, bro. And they're going to be like, yo, dude is nervous, fam. You see him? Yeah. He nervous, bro. Yeah, all right. We're going to wait right here, man. We're going to wait right here. And then they're going to test you. Yo, my man, yo. And then they're gonna pull in even more because you're gonna be playing dumb, like you ain't want to stop because you're gonna be scared, right? So you're gonna keep walking, and then that's gonna get them even more mad, and then they're gonna try you because you're breaking all the rules. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff could be avoided. A lot of people don't understand hood politics. They don't understand none of that stuff. Just common courtesy. Common courtesy, fam. I remember there was one time, like, I had worked in Brownsville projects, right? In Brooklyn, right? I had worked there. Those of you who know, I used to work for a particular agency that governed all of the housing projects in New York, right? So um, I go there, I'm doing my thing, I'm working, I'm hearing everybody on social media talking about how Brownsville is the worst project, the most violent project in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Gang, gang, everybody wild and everybody crazy. In my mind, I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because in my mind, I work here. I see what's going on. I see the streets. I see all the dudes. I see them all out in the hood. I'm from this environment. The reason why a lot of them cats be saying that is because they scared. They scared to go there. So that's why they look at everybody as though everybody's monsters. That's not how it is, fam. You just got regular folk trying to live their life, go through the struggle. But they exploit the hood on social media as if everybody's violent animals and they're going to kill you. It's not the case, man. The last thing you want to do is go to prison, bro. The last thing you want to do is go to prison. As long as you respect everybody in the hood, you good. It's all about respect, bro. Respect. Always remember that key word, respect. You respect everybody, you good. You disrespect, there's going to be a problem. The code is all about respect. Because remember, we're in a close, tight environment. There's a lot of people around us. So it's like, fam, stuff can pop off every minute. That's why every summertime in the hood, somebody always gets shot. Somebody always fighting. There's always some sort of drama. Why? It's too much people. Too much people around. And a lot of times in the hood, everybody know each other. Especially if you grew up as a kid. Everybody know each other. So if you think you're going to come to somebody's hood and disrespect, bro, it's going to be a problem for you. Because all of them cats know each other. All of them. You cannot come there and think you're going to violate this brother. And you got all these soldiers all over these streets. You wildin'. You got to be out of your mind. They all know each other. Ain't going to be no fair one, bro. That's a brother. He with us. You can't come over here with that nonsense, bro. And this is why there be a lot of times you got a lot of gang violence, gun violence in the hood. It be mostly with the youth because they be a part of these gangs and all this other type of stuff. The adults, they already done been there and done that. They not with that type of lifestyle, but they try to school the youngins, but the youngins ain't trying to hear no more. The youngins don't listen to the adults no more. The OGs, those days where the OGs would talk to the young cats, try to school them, those days are over. The OGs are like, look, I'm done. I'm not talking to these cats no more. Can't talk to them no more. The young brothers got to make up their minds now. They on a different frequency now, man. You can't tell them nothing. It's up to them to listen to little gems and little things like I say or whatever. But for the most part, you can't talk to them no more. The rules are different now. The rules are different now. The young brothers that's coming up in the game right now, they have they're a new particular species of men and women that is on a different clock. So the principles of old, they don't see it as something that's useful in today's day. So if you try to school them on how to be a better person, a lot of times they're not listening. You know? Yeah, there used to be rules and codes, but not anymore. It's like it's different now. You got a lot of young cats that are now wanting to fight a woman now. You couldn't do that back in the day. You wouldn't dare touch a sister, bro. If a dude ever thought about hitting a woman, it was on sight. Everybody would beat his ass, bro. If we found out that you hit your woman, we would beat your ass, bro. That's just the way it is. Back in the day. Today, you got dudes now that are beating up their women, and nobody really cares no more. It's like it's a different world now. Whereas back in the day, if you put hands on a woman, we didn't care if she put her hands on you. Because we knew if you put your hands on her, you were going to hurt her. She might have pushed you or slapped you or whatever the case is. Man, chalk it up. But we knew if you put hands on her and put them damn knuckles on her, you going to hurt her, bro. So back in the day, men knew not to put their hands on a woman. They just knew it. You couldn't do it in the streets. Listen, this is a fact, what I'm telling you. Back in the day, if you a brother and you put your hands on a sister in any capacity, you done, bro. You would be in serious trouble. Men that are total strangers would beat your ass. It ain't like that no more. It ain't like that no more. We're not talking about if you arguing with your woman in the street or you have something. We're talking about if you hit a woman, you're done. Nobody tolerated that. If you mess with somebody's sister and you hit her, fam, you're done. Today it's a different ball game now. Now nobody cares. So now if a woman have an issue with a man and he abusing her, people pull out cell phones now and start recording. World star, world star. And I don't suggest that women get in a man's face provoking him to fight. What I'm talking about is a man that would literally try to abuse a woman just because. Men back in the days tried to do that and it didn't work for them. It just didn't work. There was a certain code, certain things you couldn't do. Back in the day, if you seen a woman with a bag of groceries or she's struggling, bro, you better get off that damn stoop and go help her with those bags. You better go do that, bro. Bro, you don't see her with the bag. What are y'all doing? You don't see the woman right there trying to go in the building? She got all those bags in her hands, bro. Yo, go over there and help her, man. What are y'all doing sitting down for? It was just certain things we did. You knew not to cuss around the elders. You knew not to do that. It didn't matter if you was a badass kid and very disrespectful and grimy in the hood. You knew when Miss Jones coming in. Shh. It's Miss Jones, y'all. Chill out, chill out. How you doing, Miss Jones? Everything good? Let me help you with those bags, Miss Jones. Don't have to worry about it. Let me help you with that. Yo, bro, get that out of the bag right there. You okay, Miss Jones? Everything's good? Okay, we're gonna leave the bags right here, and she'll just say, "Have a nice day." And then we go back downstairs and we do our dirt. But we knew to respect the elders. We knew how to conduct ourselves back in the day. It was crazy, man, because we would be doing dirt, and then when the elders come through, it's like we became church people. Literally, we just manners come in. See, this is what I mean. We knew how to do what's right. We just didn't do what was right all the time. But we knew to respect our elders. We didn't play with that. We knew how to respect our elders and do the good. Today, it's a different day. These youngins don't help elderly people with no bags. They don't help nobody with nothing. They disrespectful to the parents, disrespectful to the adults. Men are now fighting women. It's really, really bad now. And no matter how much gems you try to drop, they're just not listening. You know? Today, they're just not listening to that. But yeah, people, the hate is real. It's crazy. The hate is real. The hate is real. It's real. Israelites, My people, the hate is real. It's crazy. Because all the hate that I get comes from Israel. That's where all the hate come from. You know? When you're doing good, man, they're going to always hate you. They're going to hate you, man. A lot of y'all experiencing that. And this is why I roll solo. You do what you want to do. I roll solo. I stay to myself. I stay out of the way because it seems like the more people you have around you, the more they hate. The more they see your success, the more they hate. And it's annoying. It's sad. It's really, really sad because all you're trying to do is better yourself, but they want to take it away. A lot of people really want to take away your success. They don't want you to have it. They don't like the fact that you have it. They want to take it away. They want to take it away. They'll feel better if you could lose it. I see people, they do that with me all the time. They be like, Ringo think he better than everybody. And it's almost like they keep wishing for me to fall. And I'm like, damn, why? You're jealous. You're unhappy with your life. That's what it is. To the point where my life has become the center of attention for you. It's sick. Absolutely sick. Just like with all the drama, with all the situations going on in these YouTube streets, it's funny how everybody was all entertained. Everybody was all entertained, having a good old time, right? Looking at the back and forth. And now everybody's trying to wave the white flag, talking about peace and this and that, man. Bunch of hypocrites, bro. Just hypocrites. Total hypocrites. Let me see. That's why you got to stay fasted and prayed up. Well, you got to be with the Most High. You definitely got to stay prayed up. I was going to get an e-bike. I was going to get a Suron, but I'm not. I'm going to buy me a Harley Davidson Cruiser. It don't make no sense I get an e-bike. You know, I got a bunch of e-scooters already. I want a Harley Davidson Cruiser. I'm literally my mind is already made up. It's a nice bike. Very, very nice. I like it. Starting prices for one is $14.99. And then they have another one that is $16.99. Very nice bike. It's very affordable. I like it. And I'm going to get it. And with these North Carolina roads, these are open roads. It will be a joy to cruise around on a Harley Davidson bike, just enjoying the scenery and just relaxing. It's something to experience, you know, and I can't wait to do that. That's definitely on the radar that I am going to do. So yeah. Yeah, Harley Davidson Cruiser. If you go to their website, if you go to their official Harley Davidson website, you'll see what bike I'm talking about. Because I gave you the price range. One of them is $14.99, and I believe the other one is $16.99. I'm leaning towards the $16.99 model, right? I'm leaning towards the $6.99 model. But I'm also liking the $14.99 model because it's blue. It have like some blue accents, and it have like the piping that's on the motorbike is all black. It looks really, really nice. I'm thinking about that one. So it's one or the other. It's one or the other. You know, if you go to the Harley Davidson website, you'll see which bike it is. It's the cruiser models, the cruisers, right? Because those bikes are classics. It's made by a reputable brand. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in North Carolina that have Harley Davidson bikes. And it's really respected in the motorbike community. It's a lifestyle thing. For me, it's just relaxation, therapy, just to cruise. Ain't nothing like cruising, fam. Just cruising on the road and just getting that breeze, that air, and just relaxing. Then you could just come on back home and you know that you spent some time out there just cruising and just relaxing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It takes you away from all the drama. You know, sometimes you got to get into things that take you away from the environment that you're in. You know, you got to find like a hobby, something you do, you know, and that's about that. I mean, you could do that on an e-bike or whatever, but I already done it. I advanced from those things. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like my scooters. I like riding my scooters and stuff like that. That's fun. But scooters, you have to charge up. It takes time to charge, you know, all of that other stuff. I was going to buy another e-scooter, and when I looked at the price of the e-scooter, when I looked at the price of the e-scooter in comparison to a brand new Harley Davidson motorbike, I said, I'm not buying no more e-scooters. I'm buying me this bike, you know, because the e-scooter costs, I believe, $15,000 for the e-scooter. And I'm like, but I got to charge it. It don't make no sense. When you can get the motorbike and just fill her up, you know, and you can just cruise and you can ride around for hours. Right? So I'm going to get up on out of here. It is what it is. Yeah, I got to take care of some business right now. Just wanted to put some content out there for y'all. Again, look out for my documentary on the entire situation where you're going to hear my side of the story from the horse's mouth. I mean, I have all the videos where I already done provided all types of receipts, all types of proof, and various things that should show you the real already. But that's the appetizer before the movie, right? The documentary is going to be good, very professional. I'm using all my professional equipment so I can convey my story in a documentary style that will have the viewer sitting there listening so they can understand the magnitude of the situation. So y'all stay safe. Shout out to all the hard workers out there, all of the delivery workers, everybody out there that's just trying to protect their peace. Just be about your business, stay safe, and enjoy your life. Don't wait till a certain time in life to enjoy your life. Enjoy it today. And don't let people stop you from living your life. Don't let people prevent you from being happy. You got to cultivate that peace now, because a lot of people don't want to see you get to where you have to go. They want to stop you. Those are the demons that are trying their best to ruin your world. So that being said, peace and blessings to the mods, the chat, everybody out there. It is what it is. I'll catch you in another stream later on. I'm out. Peace.